President gave a press conference and he spoke about a number of issues, including Ambassador to the UN, Susan Rice, who the rumor is that she might be nominated by the President for Secretary of State. He said that you were picking on her. Are you?
You know, it's interesting for the President to say something that juvenile. We're not picking on anyone. Again, as we just said, 4 Americans died. Is that picking on anybody when you want to place responsibility and find out what happened so that we can make sure it doesn't happen again? And you know, it's not a bad life being ambassador to the UN. They have a nice suite in the Waldorf Astoria and live pretty good. And so this, why they used her as their spokesperson on all the major networks that Sunday is still beyond me, but they did. And
well, the President said today
she used talking points from the White House. So we're not picking on her, but we are holding her to some degree responsible. But have no doubt, we are holding the President of the United States responsible, and he is responsible, and he has not, and he has given contrasting versions of events to the American people. Could I just remind you real quick, September 21, in the Rose Garden, he said it was, quote, acts of terror. That same night, he said to Steve Cross on 60 Minutes, it's too early to know exactly how this came about. On September 20th, we're still doing an investigation. September 24th, on The View, we're still doing an investigation. And then before the United Nations, on September 25th, a crude and disgusting video sparked outrage throughout the Muslim world. Now, he said that on September 25th. In the second debate with Mitt Romney, he said, I called it an act of terror in the Rose Garden. He didn't. He condemned acts of terror in the Rose Garden, and if he did, how come he told the United Nations a couple of weeks later that it was a senseless video that sparked a demonstration when he knew full well there was no spontaneous demonstration? So my response to the President of the United States is, we're not picking on anybody. We want answers, and the buck does stop at your desk, Mr. President.